If I can be real with y'all for a second, I didn't plan this video at all. I actually sat down wanting to make a video about the marathon, but I don't know if I'm ready for that quite yet. I don't know if I have thought about the full experience yet. But I guess I do feel comfortable or cool talking about the last few weeks I've had in Mexico City. Now almost a collective 3 weeks I've spent here over the last month and a half, which even at this point seems kind of crazy to say. I have some bud that I got from the dispensary today. I think it's called Marro. Yeah, Marro. So here it'd be like Marro. It is supposed to be an indica. It is, from the looks of it, I'll put a video up, like a greenhouse or maybe even outdoor grown bud from here in Mexico, just based off the price. Because in the dispensary, I made a video about it yesterday. I think I filmed that yesterday. Maybe it was late at night. I don't know. I stayed up super late. But when I stayed up, got a Frosty. No, I didn't get a Frosty. This is Mexico. I got a McFlurry. An M&M McFlurry with some like rich chocolate. Gosh, that was good. I'm still using the marathon as an excuse to eat poorly. Let me get back to what I was saying. I got the bud. I'm going to put it on the screen if I haven't done that already. And I'm really enjoying it. It's not very loud of a smell, but the taste of it is like so natural, so nice. I've liked it so far. And the effects are on par with indica. The other one was damn near like an indica hybrid to me, to where I would still get kind of sleepy or like be able to relax, but also there was like a high level of paranoia, I feel like. And I don't really like that feeling too much. So I can't even really talk about my time recently in Mexico City without talking about the marathon. The whole reason the effort could be made in is, and so much of my time and so much of my resources were put into running that marathon. So my whole first week here, I was really that'd be a lie if I said I really watched what I ate, but I really watched stuff to make sure it wasn't stuff that wouldn't make me sick, because the marathon is always so jarring for your stomach. So you got to reach for any consistency you can get, and my stomach still definitely wasn't perfect during the race, but I think I did the best I could given the circumstances, especially food wise. I think maybe could have done a little bit better, but I did a lot of tourist stuff last time when I came for the half marathon in July. I did almost no tourist stuff last week. I tried to save my legs. I walked a little bit extra just because I think we were looking at another Airbnb. We just had to. There's a certain amount of walking here, as if you're going to New York City or Chicago. More than likely, you're not just getting dropped off door to door, parking lot to parking lot, like you would in a more spread out suburban style city. Last week I also worked. I worked all 5 days of the week just from here. Had to use some VPNs, but that's just a part of the process, you know. I hadn't told my boss about being here, which wasn't smart. In my head, I'm just like, my work is going to continue the exact same. Like, why do I have to disclose all my business? And then I realized, like, my boss just expected me to say something. So I don't think they were super happy when they found out that I was here working, but we ask for forgiveness in this life, you know, and hope that they don't find this video. I'm just playing. It doesn't really matter if they do or they don't. But working here, it was interesting. It was very similar to working at home, but go out during the day, find some tortillas. I think I went for a bike ride to go look for something. Maybe went to the dispensary one day, go out and get some food, you could still just get food delivered here the same way you would in the U.S. Went into Centro a couple times just to explore around and see. The craziness that is Centro, like the historical center of Mexico City. It's insane over there. The amount of people, the amount of stores, the amount of markets, the amount of food. It's just so much going on. There's nowhere in at least this part of the world, from here up to the U.S., in a little bit of Canada I've been in, that has anything that's like that, like in your face. That the closest thing I could think of where it's just like, okay, I'm in a whole different place, is like French Quarter if we're in the U.S. And even that isn't very big. Centro is a huge area. That would take hours to walk up and down all those streets. And it's just because Mexico City is just a much bigger city than New Orleans is. It was a cool experience getting to... I've enjoyed working here, actually. I've enjoyed the process. I wish the Airbnb I was in was a little bit larger, but I've also enjoyed living in the neighborhood I've been in. I'm in Navarte, towards like the southern side of the city. If you're familiar with the city, but kind of not familiar, if you know some parts, like it's not as south as Coyoacan, but it's not up in the real touristy part of town, and I've really enjoyed that. I'm about to go to another living situation, and that is more in the touristy part of town. So I've been really appreciative of these 2 weeks I've gotten in a chill part of Mexico City. I say that because it's still a hell of people everywhere you go. There's a lot of people. There's still a lot of traffic by me. There's still all that, but it's not the touristic center of the city also. I've seen maybe one American in this neighborhood in the last 2 weeks I've been staying here almost. Week and a half, really. I got here the Saturday before the marathon. This last Sunday was the marathon. So yeah, maybe 11, 12 days. I've even just seeing the same faces around me saying hello. The amount of Spanish you would need to speak here versus the touristic areas. Because even today I rode one of the Eco BCs, one of like the... in America, like the Divvy bikes or Lyft, the different bike companies, but here they have one bike company here in Mexico City, and I rode one of those bikes into the city and went to the dispensary, but rode around in the city, some to like Avenue de Reforma and just like in a big historic part of Mexico City, and it was just a cool day because I took off this whole week. I should have said that after the marathon, and I'm glad I did, because I caught a little mini marathon flu, which is kind of to be expected, to be honest. The conditions of the race weren't the absolute best, and people start handing you stuff as you get tired. You never know where it's coming from. Your immune system's so shot, because the amount of effort it takes to run at this elevation for your body to run 26.2 miles or 42.1, like 9 or whatever it is, kilometers. It's very taxing for no matter who you are, whether you're from here or not. But if you're from here and you're used to training at high speeds at that, then that's obviously a better situation. But me coming from pretty much sea level, the week was enough to adjust to my breathing and understand the breathing and get it all down. And I had done the half, like I said, but certainly not enough to adapt my muscle fiber to running at elevation. That'd take months. And so and that's how you saw with a lot of people, even Mexican people, but maybe not from Mexico City, from places that are like lower elevation, because obviously there's from sea level all the way up here to 7,500 feet at the highest, or 7,000, maybe 200 feet I saw on Strava was like the lowest. That effort is taxing. And my body finally recovered today, which I'm happy about. Like, I still definitely have some pain, especially in the weaker areas where I need to be working harder in the gym, but I feel blessed. I think tomorrow we're going to try to go to the pyramids in the morning. You'll probably see that in a video coming up, if that does come to fruition. Turning back on this solo 3 right quick. If you've been following my content for a while, you know I can really come out with some like kind of random stuff. This is one of those videos where I wanted to make content, but I didn't know what course of action to take, so I just started talking. I do find sometimes videos like this can almost be like a journal entry to where you kind of gain some better insight of what's going on. But sometimes I definitely look around and I'm like, or when I was working and I'll go out midday, or I'll just stop and be like, damn, I'm just in Mexico City working, existing, living, getting to speak Spanish. And overall, it's a blessing, you know? It's something that, for as long as I'm going to stay here, which I'm not exactly sure right now, I want to stay grateful for. It's not like it's necessarily an accomplishment, but it is something that I've wanted to do and be here for a little while. And I'm grateful for the fact that I've been able to make it happen. I've been able to make it happen with Nicole. I was able to complete the marathon. I've been able already to speak a significant amount of Spanish. Even because the neighborhood that we ended up staying in, like, there aren't a ton of English speakers down here. You could probably find them, but as soon as you start speaking Spanish and they feel more comfortable, they're going to start speaking Spanish like back to you, and then they're going to accelerate the speed in which they speak Spanish. But it's really what I wanted, an opportunity to learn something new in a new place, and to complete something difficult, which I was able to do. I'm getting hungry. I'm going to see if the rain has stopped. If it hasn't, then I'll just tip a little bit extra for delivery. We need to go grocery shopping. But right now, I feel grateful. I feel blessed to be in the position I'm in. I feel happy to have the camera on rolling, to see what content becomes of out here, you know. Even to try this new type of bud. Like, this bud, it tastes so natural. It tastes so good. It was a very good price. There's a legal limit you're allowed to have out here, but they sell like 5 times it, which is confusing to say the least. So I feel blessed to have the air riser to where it's definitely smelly in here, but just open a window and it'll be okay. I'm gonna keep coming out with content. A lot of this talking head stuff. But I'm going to bring a camera with me, go more places, see more stuff. I'll see you guys next time.